Hey, my name is Terry Gray. My culture exposure science about Hope's Path in Spring, Texas. It's a foundation that's rooted in shepherding and disciplining young men, ensuring that their journey towards sustainable independence resonates with their values and identity in Christ. In accordance with this foundation, the vision of Hope's Path has initially concentrated on the young adult male demographic and it providing them with a supportive team of mentors. Hope's Path focuses on a strong foundation of Christ within four pillars, which is spiritual foundation, meaning that Christ is the foundation of all pillars with biblical principles. Personal pillar, focusing on life skills such as cooking, cleaning, and living independently. Career pillar, which is the encouragement of obtaining an education. It provides the young men towards a path of sustainable careers. And financial, which is giving them the basic skills such as budgeting, basic living expenses, and savings. Historical and current impressions, aging out of the foster care system. You can see some statistics below, um, but the term aging out usually describes a youth in foster care who has turned 18 but has not obtained a certain level of permanency, such as reunification with a parent or adoption by or permanent legal custody with another caregiver. However, the age at which youth exits foster care can vary since many states extend foster care services until the individual is 21 years old. Factors contributing to aging out are diverse. In particular cases, caregivers may prefer to look after younger children. In other instances, youth are placed in group homes that lack a consistent caregiver. Some young individuals also select supervised independent living instead of pursuing adoption or permanent legal custody. This option promotes independence. However, the young person may not have reached the financial success necessary to help with their expenses. Moreover, they may turn 21 without having developed a relationship with a caring adult who can offer guidance when needed in the future. A summary of the event I attended and three key elements is I attended a class that was able to give some of my testimony regarding my past experiences with substance abuse and how God just saved my life and saved me from myself. The, the primary subject of the lesson was managing difficult relationships. I use this as a base topic to discuss my personal relationship or lack of with my parents, as I saw this relevant to the foster care system and how God can turn things around despite circumstances. Um, Man, it was such a great class. The guys were just really into the class and had a lot of great questions. Three key elements I learned is that Christ lives in all of us, and it's up to us to kind of figure it out and start to rely on Him, which is comes to resilience. He's going to put us through difficult times, but it's up to us to maintain our faith and protecting ourselves from unhealthy relationships. Went into the class with managing difficult relationships is, sometimes people we think might love us or we feel are obligated to love us or we're obligated to love them. We're obligated to love everyone. However, that doesn't mean they need to be a part of our lives in some instances. Two theories that I believe fall into Hope's Path is the Adlerian theory. These young men are taught not to dwell on their past and how it relates to their future, and God has a plan for them. But it's also up to them to understand what has happened in their life and that it's not their fault, but it is their responsibility to change it, that their success is entirely up to them. And the Gestalt theory, where individuals, the guys are promoted to accept and fully experience what has happened to them in the present moment in order to overcome unfortunate circumstances from the past. Uh, this type of theory is applied to help young men turn into great men. Focusing on the here and now, these young men have the potential to take ownership of their own lives. Some practical applications to Hope's Path is providing counseling to young men who are transitioning from the foster care system necessitates specific and practical interventions that cater to the distinct vulnerabilities while fostering resilience. Evidence-based strategy includes the development of life skills and self-sufficiency via organized coaching and mentorship. And counselors have the responsibility to incorporate role-playing activities, simulated interviews, and financial planning workshops into their sessions, thereby providing these young men with the practical resources for self-sufficient living. So the counselors ought to also implement interventions that emphasize emotional regulation and coping mechanisms, as these young men have been through a tremendous amount in their life, which includes cognitive behavioral methods and mindfulness techniques. Additionally, providing access to some peer support groups and linking clients with community resources can assist in alleviating feelings of isolation and marginalization. The emotional impact. This place just, it honestly, it left me with very few words as to how these guys can really still show up every day and be the young men they are. It's astounding. So in my experience, I encountered the young men who have seen a part of life I never experienced. Through all my addictions and failed life experiences, I had consistent parents behind me, and they did not. I often took pity on myself during my healing journey and took many things for granted and didn't realize it until this experience. Um, this is difficult to read. For example, I call and speak with my father almost every day, and that's a true blessing. I'm guilty of overlooking at times, and these young men showed me love and kindness despite their rough upbringing and just not even knowing who I am. I walk in there looking like somebody that has it all together and just has this amazing life, but it does come with difficulties. However, it was a great example of how God can enter the heart of anyone and just show us light through them. And these are the references I used. Thank you very much.